he's one of the top dogs, and when he's running hot, we're all running hot. So it's going to be fun to have him back.
Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate it. That's Nathan Lucas, live here at Media Day for the Blue Jays. We're on CBC YouTube. Are we on TikTok yet? Just waiting to get word that we're live on TikTok. Are we live on TikTok right now? Not quite live on TikTok. We're on CBC YouTube right now and CBC News YouTube as well. You can see behind me we've got Addison Barger going live. Maybe we'll jump in, hear what Addison Barger has to say. Wait for our City TV colleagues to just step out of the way for a sec. Let's jump in and listen to what Addison Barger is saying.
Really gave me the freedom to kind of work on skills and things that I wouldn't usually do if I was in school for 8 hours a day. So I would say that's number one. And so I just had a lot of time to spend on baseball, to be honest with you. Like a lot of my days were kind of absorbed by baseball and working on that to try to get here. So it really allowed me to work on my craft.
Last question too. This is an international World Series, a true World Series. You've been all over the world as a missionary kid.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that as well?
Yeah. So growing up, we spent a good amount of time in different countries and just spreading the word and trying to help a lot of people. So that was a really good experience, especially at a young age, to gain some perspective on on life and the world, and just knowing that what you should be grateful for what you have, because not everybody is in a similar spot. So I'm just super grateful for everything that's going on in my life, and I'm grateful to be here.
God bless you, man.
Real quick, Addison, if you could just tell us, talk about being in a World Series. How does the emotion change? How do the feelings change right now? It's here. Yeah. Tomorrow's the big day.
No, it's a dream come true. Obviously, I think everybody kind of says that, but it's something that's really special. You don't know how many times you'll make it to the World Series in your life. Some people never do. So a lot of people never do. So I think just being super grateful for the opportunity and taking advantage of it by preparing the best you can and going out there and competing.
After your big home run in that Seattle series, you said it was like a dream come true. I know you hit a couple of home runs, but in Game 6, you said it was like a dream come true to be able to do that and help your team. Can you imagine? I'm sure you dreamed about hitting one in the World Series.
Yeah, absolutely. Any way I could help the team win, I just love in any game, but especially in the World Series is obviously, it's something you dream of. Everybody does. So we're super excited.
You guys open up, once again, home field advantage. This is a place where this team has played so well, 54 wins this season in the regular season. How important is it in a series of this magnitude with that team coming in to have home field advantage to start?
I think it's super important. Like you said, we've played really well at home. We all love being here. This is our home away from home at this point. We love the fans. We love the energy they bring. I think it helps a lot just knowing they have our backs and that we're going to go out there and do our best, and whatever happens at the end of the day. But, we do love playing here.
And this is the last question I'm going to ask you, but it's kind of being billed as a David and Goliath. You guys, again, come in as the underdogs. You were the underdogs in the division series. You were the underdogs in the championship series. You guys battled back from an 0-2 deficit in that championship series, and now you're facing the defending World Series champs, a stacked lineup. Do you guys like being in that role of the underdog?
I think so. Who doesn't like being the underdog? But I don't know if we feel like the underdogs necessarily a lot. I think we're super confident in our team and our ability to win games. We've done it all year. Obviously, we were the underdogs, but we were the number one seed in the American League going into the playoffs. So that's not really underdogs, I guess. So, we've done it all year. We've won a lot of baseball games. We've played good baseball. We have the ability to come from behind like we showed a ton. So, I think our ability to never give up and stay in the game is super important in the World Series especially, and we have a good shot.
All right, thanks for that, Addison. That's Addison Barger, Toronto Blue Jays. I would call him a utility player, infielder, outfielder. He made some great defensive plays at third base, some great defensive plays out playing in right field. I'm just going to check. So we are live on CBC YouTube. Are we live on TikTok as well right now? We are live. We are up and running on TikTok. If you've got questions for us in the TikTok chat, please put your questions up. We are at Blue Jays Media Day right now, so the entire team is available right now. Davis Schneider right there, buried by some reporters, but he's talking over there. We just talked to Nathan Lucas. We talked to Addison Barger. Over in the corner is Miles Straub. And there's the big man, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's talking through an interpreter right now at Media Day today. Tito is the team interpreter. Maybe we'll jump in here on Davis Schneider if we can get in. No, look at that. We're live right now on our social media, and this is a very important man. So I'm going to let you go and do your job. But David Schneider chatting there. It goes. Let's just walk down here and check out everything that's happening here. You can see it's just a frenzy of media. This is international media. People here in Toronto from all over the world. This is the World Series, so maybe that's not surprising, but. A lot of these members of the media that you're seeing right now are from Los Angeles, but they really are from all over the world. Lots of media from Japan here, of course, with Shohei Ohtani being a big part of this, and I mean, a lot of media from Latin America, obviously. We're just going to make our way down and find some of these guys that are sitting here and have some availability to jump in and talk to them and see how they're feeling right now. Got Isaiah IK up. Maybe we'll jump in. Oh, he's about to do something, so we'll come back to him. But you got Shane Bieber here. Ernie Clement. We got to jump in on Ernie. Ernie, how you doing? We're live on our social media networks, multiple networks, on YouTube, on TikTok right now. Sweet. I mean, this is a guy who maybe, I mean, if he didn't win the MVP of that ALCS, maybe he should have been the runner-up anyways. I mean, Vladdy obviously some pretty big shoes, but I mean, you were hitting up a storm all throughout these playoffs. I mean, you've been such an integral part about this. Just talk about, I mean, how big a deal it is right now to be sitting where you are, playing in a World Series, playing the way that you're playing right now.
Yeah, I think you could have given it to, any one of our guys in our lineup, or, Trey had a great series. Beebs pitched really, really well. It was truly a team effort, and that's, why we are who we are and why we've made it this far. So, it's 1 through 9 in our lineup, and, we're really proud to say it's been a team all year.
Ernie, we were just talking to Addison Barger just about playing the role of the underdog. You were the underdog in the division series. You were the underdog in the championship series. You became the heavy underdogs after going down 0-2 in the championship series. And here you are now facing the defending World Series champs. You're the underdogs once again, but I get the impression that you guys kind of relish that role.
Yeah, it's great. I think we play our best ball when our backs are up against the wall. So, yeah, I guess you can kind of use that as fuel and, just kind of try to keep rolling. It's going to be really fun either way.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of the talk is about just how this team is such a contact team. You put the ball in play, something you've done quite a bit throughout these playoffs. I mean, how important is that to the makeup of this team, the fact that you don't strike out a lot, the fact that you get bats on balls?
Yeah, it just makes it really hard on opposing pitchers, and, we run the starters' pitch count up when we're fouling balls back and, working counts, and we're just going to keep trying to do that and make it as hard on them as possible.
And the even keel with the temperament. I mean, you guys never let the highs get too high, the lows never get too low. I mean, that's also a big part of the makeup of this team.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just a bunch of buddies going out there and playing for each other and having a good time doing it. So yeah, we definitely don't make it too much, and when things don't go our way, we bounce back really, really well. So we're definitely not fazed by anything that doesn't go our way, and we will bounce back for sure.
Thanks, Ernie. I appreciate that. That's Ernie Clement. He's been a star for sure for the Blue Jays in these playoffs. Let's walk around and see if we can jump in on some of these other players that are talking. We'll try and get to everyone that we can possibly get to as we make our way through this frenzy of media. As I said, there's Max Scherzer, Mad Max Scherzer. Became a big part of this American League Championship Series starting Game 4, and we saw how fiery he can be. I mean, when John Schneider walked out to the mound and he stared him down and he called him down and said, I'm fine, let's go. We'll get to Max if we can in a bit, but let's walk down. Oh, sorry, thanks guys. You see the media is so polite. Everybody's so polite here. We've got Braden Fisher and Louis Varland here talking to the media. Jeff Hoffman over there. I mean, incredible finish for Jeff Hoffman in Game 6 and Game 7 of that championship series. Obviously pitching the 8th and 9th inning of Game 6 through 35 pitches, and was able to come back in Game 7 and pitch the 9th there and get the save as well for the Blue Jays in that clinching game. And he's the one that you saw on the mound celebrating with his arms raised in the air. Who else? We've got Kevin Gosman. Obviously, a big crowd around Kevin Gosman. We're going to try and get in on some of these guys. Maybe we'll jump in on Louis Varland if we get a second here. I mean, Louis Varland has been a big part of that bullpen for the Blue Jays. I mean, he throws some heat. He's got a 100+ mile an hour fastball. And obviously the Jays have relied on him heavily throughout these playoffs to come in relief, and he pitched obviously in both games 6 and 7 as well. So a big part of closing out those 2 games when the Blue Jays took the lead on that George Springer home run in game 7. Sorry about that. Let's make our way down. We got Chris Bassett. Now, Chris Bassett hadn't pitched in a while. Chris Bassett came in game 7, and he was able to pitch an inning of baseball to keep the Blue Jays in there. I mean, just incredible. The fact that he actually hadn't pitched in a while. We got Ty France sitting here. Hey, real quick, we're live on all our social media platforms here. Just wanted to quickly just talk about just the moment, being here, being in a World Series. With this team, how does it feel right now?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. This is such a great group of guys, and being now, this is my 7th year in the league. I haven't experienced a group like this, just how close they are, and everybody leans on each other and uses each other, and it's a special group. So I'm not surprised that we're here, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a great ride so far.
And you haven't been here that long. I mean, you just came over the trade deadline. I mean, when you think about just coming into a team like this, what was that like coming into this group?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're traded, you never know what it's going to be like, but they embraced me right away, accepted me as one of their own, and kind of we hit the ground running after the trade deadline. So it's been, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. It's a special group, and excited for this next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Having had the opportunity to see what this team, I mean, you weren't here for all those come from behind victories, but you're here for some of them. 49 come from behind victories this year, and then you see what happens in that championship series against Seattle. Is there something different about the makeup of this team in terms of, I see guys in the locker room, after a big loss, it's kind of the same kind of thing. Guys are playing cards. After a big win, guys are playing cards. It seems like there's a lot of camaraderie. Is that something special about this team?
Yeah, I think that's one thing. We're with each other so much throughout the course of the season, and you're going to lose a lot of games. You're going to win a lot of games. So you want to try and stay as even as possible. And I think that's one thing these guys do a great job of is no matter win or lose, it's the same to them. And do losses hurt? Yeah, but we find a way to move on and worry about the next day. So, and it went to show this last series, you get down, you lose the first 2 games at home, this team could have very easily rolled over and kind of moved on, but we didn't. We kept fighting, and that's one special thing about this group.
We talked about it with a lot of these guys in here, but I mean, you came into the American League Division Series as the underdogs against the Yankees. You came in against Seattle in the Championship Series as the underdogs, and especially the underdogs when you were down 0-2 in that series, but battled back. It seems to me like this team relishes being in that role, and now you're facing the World Series champion LA Dodgers. I don't think there's any intimidation here. There's no intimidation factor with this team.
No, I mean not on our end. We're just, like I said, we're treating it like another game. This is a special group of guys, and every single night it's someone different that gets the job done. So we're gonna go out and play our game, and whatever happens. But whether we're the underdog or we're the favorite, it didn't really matter to us. We're just gonna go out and play baseball, and let the cards fall where they fall.
Last thing I'm going to ask you about the white panel hat. Everybody wearing the white panel hat. Is there something special about that hat? It's a good luck charm.
It's been working, so we're kind of sticking with it. But I personally, I think it's one of our cooler hats. So.
There you go. And wearing it proudly. Here we go. That's Ty France talking to us. Say thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Let's make our way down again. We're live here on CBC YouTube, CBC TikTok. Making our way through Blue Jays Media Day here. We've talked to quite a few of the players. Addison Barger, we talked to Nathan Lucas, Ernie Clement. We're going to try and get in on some of the other guys over here. There's been big crowds around some of these tables, of course, as you can imagine, the media clamoring to get to the likes of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., of course. George Springer is another one that's popular. This is George Springer right here, and he has got a massive crowd around him. Looks like people are just setting up shop here and sticking around. I mean, obviously the hero of Game 7 with that big home run. But let's see if we can get in on one of the other guys here. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s table right over here, and you can see the massive crowds around Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We'll just stick our mic into one of these. Let's see if we can get into George Springer. I'm going to ask my cameraman Joe to try and get a shot here if we can. It might mean raising the camera up, or I'm going to try and get my mic in.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel good. You know, it means that you did something cool.
George, the first third of the season, you guys scuffled a bit, getting to find who you were and your identity and everything else. Bo hits a home run, pinch hit home run in Texas.
Yep.
And it was like the lights went off that night, and you guys just started going. What do you remember of that night, and why did that turn you guys into? I think it's a pretty fun season.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, you know, as the season kind of progressed, you know, we weren't struggling to figure out who we were. We were slowly figuring it out. And a moment like Bo, you know, Bo's actually hurt that day. Comes off the bench, you know, hits a huge homer. Believe we won the game. Kind of just propelled us into playing how we play. And I think, you know, us as a team, we kind of, you know, looked at ourselves and said, you know, well, we can do this. And, you know, believed in ourselves as a team, and you know, here we are today.
So the hurt guy home run is a big.
Yeah, yes it is.
You've had a few days now to kind of let what happened in Game 7 sink in. Have you really had a chance to realize the magnitude of that moment, your home run, what it meant to this fan base, what it's going to mean for decades to come as people, you know, consider that one of the greatest moments in the history of this franchise?
No, I haven't yet. You know, I think there's still a job to be done, and there's still, you know, a very good baseball team on the other side of that line over there. So I'm kind of, you know, putting my efforts into that, and I'm, you know, sure once it's all said and done, I'll look back on it, and you know, I'll do some reflecting at some point.
Still a chance to hit a bigger one.
Yeah, I mean, there's you know, there's some more at bats ahead of me, but again, it's just a huge moment for us as a team, so I couldn't be happier.
George, you've been a World Series champion. You've been a World Series champion. How different in any way is it worth playing with the Blue Jays? These players?
Yeah, I mean, this is why I'm here. This is special. I love these guys in this locker room, and just to be around them, and to, you know, to hear the stuff that they're saying, just, you know, how excited everybody is. It means a lot.
George, you're one home run away from Frank Robinson and Joe DiMaggio. That's like, you know, that's the kind of stuff you dream about, it, you know, and never get close to. What does that mean to you that you can actually surpass them in the series? And we're talking about, like, the people I grew up with thinking are the greatest players ever.
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly in that realm, and you know, they've earned all of that. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. I think it's a huge honor. It's cool. Again, I'll probably do some reflecting at some point, and I'll go from there.
George, this team's been the underdog. I mean, in the American League Division Series, you were the underdogs. You were the underdogs the last series, particularly when you were down 0-2. But people are calling this David and Goliath. I mean, do you guys like being in that role?
I mean, I don't really think we think of anything besides just go out and play. You know, our team understands who's on the other side of that line, and that's a great baseball team. There's absolutely no denying it. Everybody over there can play the game. So, you know, for us, it's just about kind of staying in the moment. You know, being who we are as a team, and we'll honestly see what happens.
Is it intimidating?
That is George Springer talking here at Blue Jays Media Day. Just behind us here, we got Shane Bieber making his way through, obviously making his way to his table. But that was George Springer we just talked to, reflecting on that big home run, saying he hasn't really had a chance to kind of consider, you know, just the magnitude of that moment and what it's going to mean to this fan base for decades. It is considered one of the biggest moments in Blue Jays history already, when you compare it to the likes of Joe Carter's walk-off home run in the World Series and Jose Bautista's bat flip home run. I mean, that no doubt will rank up there with those big moments in Blue Jays history. And he says one day he'll look back, and I'm sure he'll have time to, I mean, just like Jose Bautista was in the building when he hit the home run, he'll be coming back to Toronto for years to come. And Jays fans, I'm sure, will always remember. But yeah, big moment. We're at Media Day here for the Toronto Blue Jays, the day before Game 1 of the World Series. We've got all of the Blue Jay players available, and we'll just kind of take a pan around the room here. You can see all of the players are available. There's a massive frenzy of media here taking this in. I mean, media from all over the world. This is international media. It's the World Series, and it draws a big crowd. But we've got media. You can hear the media behind me doing there, and we're doing ours. It's everywhere. But let's see if we can get in. There's Andreas Jimenez that's talking right now. Let's see who else we can get in on. Maybe Tyler Heineman, the team's magic man, the magician. He calls himself the clubhouse magician. Maybe we'll see if we can slide in there at some point and talk to him. But again, Tyler Heineman has a crowd around him. Who else? Bo Bichette. Actually, there's one we definitely want to try and get in on, is Bo Bichette. Again, I haven't seen the official lineup yet, but obviously Bo Bichette is somebody that a lot of people. He confirmed himself at the champagne celebration after that big Game 7 victory the other night. Somebody asked Bo Bichette if he would be ready to go, and Bo Bichette said he would definitely be ready to go. So we're expecting that he will be in the lineup, but that I don't believe has been confirmed as of yet. We'll try and get a mic in there if we can. Are you sure? You sure? The media is so gracious. Thank you. Everybody's so good. We're going to try and stick our mic in there as soon as we can and maybe get some word from Bo Bichette. He might be live on the radio right now. Here we go. He's getting some questions right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Good enough to go out there and help the team win. So I'll try to do more things today to show the organization and Schneider where I stand and what I'm physically capable of doing, and then how I'm used will be determined by them, and I'm just doing what I can do.
What role, Bo, do you think that you would be able to play if you're back in the lineup for this series?
That's still being determined, but I think people know that I've taken some ground balls at second base. I've obviously hit, and so whatever they think that I will be a positive contributor to the team will be where I'm at. And my job is not to come in here and be a hero. It's to do my job and help the team win. And so whatever that role is, I'll be ready for it.
How tough has it been for you to sit out these last two series? I mean, you must be chomping at the bit to get back in.
Yeah, all I've been thinking about is this moment. I've said it before, I think it would have been a lot more difficult if we had lost to not have had an opportunity to be in it, but we're here, so all of that's in the past, and I'll just be ready for whatever opportunity comes my way.
Well, what is your base running? What's your base running been like?
It feels good enough. It feels good enough.
Is there a part of you that you're learning to trust that if you have to, if there's a first to third or a first to home or something like that you've got enough in there? Do you just feel like that's maybe something you have to manage?
No, I feel like I will be able to run the bases fine.
When we watch you take batting practice with the team, how do you feel in the cage with batting practice?
Yeah, it all feels good. Obviously you never know. World Series is a whole different animal, so there'll be emotions that I'll have to control. I'll have to make adjustments for sure throughout the series. And I feel good. I feel good.
Bo Bichette. He tells us that he feels good. He feels he's good to go. Obviously, a lot of decisions still have to be made about what role he would play if he returns to the lineup for this World Series. Would he be somebody? He says he's been taking ground balls at second base, and we know that Bo Bichette has been their shortstop all season. And Andreas Jimenez, who's just right over here, has been playing exceptional defense for the Blue Jays at shortstop, and so potentially he believes maybe he would come back in and play second base. Obviously, he could play DH as well, but that would mean shuffling things. George Springer has been the DH for the Blue Jays throughout these playoffs, so he would probably have to move back into the outfield, and that would allow Bo Bichette to slide in as their DH. But again, those are decisions way out of my hands. I'm just throwing these out there as possibilities. John Schneider will sit down with his coaching staff, obviously, and make those decisions. But again, we're live here on CBC's YouTube, CBC TikTok, and we are at Blue Jays Media Day. All of the players available right now to the media. And again, if we just want to take a quick look around the room here, we'll show you. It is a frenzy of media, international media from all over the world here to try and get in and talk to some of these players. We've even got CBC Radio Canada here.
Salut, bonjour.
There we go. We are live right now, and yeah, having some fun. We're going to try and get in on some of these other players. This is Shane Bieber there. Obviously, will factor in heavily to the Blue Jays starting rotation. He has been he's been slotted in as their number 3 starter. We've seen Kevin Gausman as the number 1 starter. Trey Savage has started in the number 2 spot, and Shane Bieber has been their number 3 guy. I don't have any reason to believe that would change moving into this series. So far, it's worked. But let's see who else we can get in on. This is Tyler Heineman, Blue Jays backup catcher. We're going to just jump in and see what we can get here.
I think it's
sorry.
It's funny because
okay, we're gonna let you. All right, we've got this gentleman here from Play Ball with MLB. He's got something set up, so I don't want to step on his toes. Let's let him do his thing, and we'll try and get in on some of the other guys here. Oh, sorry, you can see it's just tight quarters here as we try to make our way around. You know what? Here's Blue Jays hitting coach David Popkins. I'm going to jump in on this and maybe throw a couple of questions to Popkins here. Now, David Popkins has been watching Bo Bichette in the batting cage. He's had a chance to take in his sessions and to see how he's looking. I mean, I've seen a little bit of it. Hey, David. Quick, sorry, you guys jumping in there? All right, quick question. We're just live on our social media here, but I was just going to ask you, you've been watching Bo in the cage the last few days. He's been taking full BP with the team. I mean, how do you feel that he's looked in your opinion?
Yeah, he looks dangerous. Yeah, he looks very dangerous. I think just his progress that he's made, the work that he's put in, he's put himself in a pretty good spot right now.
I'm sure as a hitting coach to have that bat return to the lineup. I mean, a guy that led the team in RBIs and batting average. He's a dangerous guy. He could drive in runs against a team that's probably, a pretty formidable opponent in the defending World Series champion.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, he's incredible. He's a clutch performer as well. There's no moment that's too big. He's a guy that's been born around this game with his dad. He's built for a series like this, moments like this, and I look forward to watch him play.
If he does slot back in, what role do you see him playing? I mean, I know it's decisions still have to be made, but what do you think?
Yeah, that's not my call there. That's a big
put you on the spot here, but anyways.
Big skipper's call. But whatever role he's in, he's going to help us. I do know that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. That's Dave Popkins, the Blue Jays hitting coach. Obviously, watching very closely the last few weeks as Bo Bichette has kind of tried to rehab from that sprained knee that he suffered back on September 6th. Hasn't played in a game since September 6th because of that sprained knee, but it looks like he will return for the World Series. And I mean, we haven't gotten confirmation from that, so don't mark that down as official. But he did say after Game 7 that he expects to be in the lineup for the World Series, and we're waiting to get word from the Blue Jays on how that would work if it is indeed going to be the case, and where he will slot in. But let's see if we can jump in on some of these other players here. I want to get into Tyler Heineman here if we can. He's still busy. Alejandro Kirk here doing some media. He's been swarmed by media. You got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. still with a swarm of media around him. Maybe we could try to get in on some of that. Looks like he might be doing some Spanish-speaking media right now. So Let's see who else is available down here. Miles Straw. We haven't talked to Miles Straw. I wonder if we can get in on him. Oh, he's about to do something, so we'll let Miles do his thing. Addison Barger here doing some live TV behind us for MLB, the MLB network. So he's come off the podium to kind of work some other angles. All right, let's make our way through here and see who else we can get. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's jump in on Andres Jimenez. Let's get in on Dalton Varsho here. Dalton Varsho looks like he's got some room. Step in here.
Know what kind of player he is, because obviously when we go to New York, those fans absolutely love him.
Dalton, after a season of so many injuries, to finally get to this point, what does it mean?
It's a blessing. I've said it from the get-go. It's pretty cool. It's an awesome experience. Obviously leaning more on George over here for advice of how to be able to kind of go through all this stuff. But one of those things where you get here not many times, so I'm going to enjoy it.
I know it's a team game, but a lot of the eyes are certainly on George. Maybe if Bo comes back and Vladdy and everything else, does that leave some room for the rest of you guys to go, okay, all the eyes are on those guys. Now we can do our part.
I think we've done it all year, though. Like, you look at our lineup, like, everybody's helped us win every way. It doesn't matter if you came up for a couple days, like Leo Jimenez, where he came up for a couple days, helped us win a couple ball games. But it's just one of those things where 1 through 9, we've done a really good job of being able to kind of help our team win any way possible.
And you've had to navigate different people in left and right beside you, and you're going to go to Dodger Stadium, a huge outfield there. Talk about what it's like to play with all the different pieces in the outfield.
It's definitely hard, because obviously, like, coming up, like when I got traded over here, obviously I had Kevin in center, George in right, and whenever I played center, it was a lot of like Whit Merrifield in left. So obviously understanding kind of the communication throughout the season, like, obviously there's been different pieces in the corner, but now having all that time, all the season kind of with them, they obviously know like what I'm looking for and how my hand signals are. So we've done a really good job. I'm really excited that Addison Barger has done such an awesome job in right field of kind of filling in for us, because obviously he's not an outfielder, but he's learned how to play outfield really well.
And how do you think that old man George Springer will do when he gets out there?
Obviously, we'll see what happens. But he's known me since I've gotten here, so he knows kind of what I need to do. And obviously, he always tells me, hey, you got all of right center, but we all know that's not true.
Dalton, you're sitting right beside Bo Bichette here, and there's a lot of talk about whether or not he'll be back in the lineup. What would it mean, though, to have that bat? I mean, the guy led the team in RBIs and batting average. He's a threat. And you're going to need all the threats you can get against that other team. So, I mean, what do you think about having potentially Bo back in the line?
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, he's been on the bench feeling all the stress and anxiety of not being able to play. But I'm so excited that he's hoping to be able to be a part of this lineup, because obviously we want him to enjoy it as well. And obviously, it's a kind of a big piece of our lineup. But obviously, we've done well without him. But it's one of those things where you add that bat, and it's just a total different lineup.
Kind of being billed as David versus Goliath here. I mean, you guys are obviously David in this scenario, defending World Series champs. That's a stacked lineup led by Shohei Ohtani. But you guys were the underdogs in the division series. You were the underdogs in the championship series, particularly after going down 0-2, and you battled back. What is it about this team that seems to relish that role of the underdog?
We've done it all year. Nobody picked us to win anything, so it was one of those things where everybody in the clubhouse knew that we were a winning team, and we just had to show everybody what we had. And so I think overall we've done a really good job of not trying to do anything more and just trusting our lineup, trusting the guy behind us, passing that baton like we've done all year, and just going out there and having fun. Like, that's kind of the big thing of our lineup and our clubhouse is like we're such a close, tight-knit group, and it just go out there and enjoy it, have fun, and whatever happens, happens.
Thanks, Dalton. That's Dalton Varsho, Blue Jays center fielder, obviously saying the guys are just going to go out there in the World Series. They're going to have fun. And obviously, there's no doubt this is the biggest stage they're going to for most of these players. I mean, some guys have played in the World Series before, like George Springer, but for many of these guys, this is a first. And there's no doubt these are the moments that you dream about as a player, to be able to play on the biggest stage, the World Series. Let's jump in and see if we can talk to Joey. Are you just jumping in here? I was just going to, Joey, I mean, just talk about the feeling right now in that clubhouse. How are guys feeling playing on the biggest stage in baseball?
It's special. I think everybody's, as excited for it as they are grateful for the opportunity. I think when you look up and down the lineup, up and down the roster, the different stories and the different characters that we're fortunate to have in this clubhouse, whether it's George, Vladdy, Miles Straw, Ernie, everybody. I mean, I said it earlier today, but I think this is the best group of guys I've ever been around, and possibly the easiest group of guys you could root for in this game. So I know we're ready for it, and I know everybody's excited to get the games going.
I've had an opportunity to see what it's like. I mean, I always hear the players talking about we don't let the highs get too high, don't let the lows get too low. And I've had an opportunity to walk in that locker room and see what it's like after a big loss and what it's like after a big win. Can you describe to our audience what it's like in the locker room, how you guys maintain that even keel?
Well, the scene in the locker room after a big win is always going to be positive. There are always a couple mainstays of what might be going on after a win for a select group of pitchers, what might be going on for me and the positional guys. It most always involves us playing cards. We'll play cards maybe to celebrate. We'll play cards to maybe, deal with the loss. There's always music playing. There's always some choice beverages after a big win, but everything. But it's pretty similar after a win as it is after a loss. And I think kind of our veterans and our leadership and our clubhouse culture have led the charge with that. After a big loss, Bassett will walk in, he'll say something, and guys will just say stuff, as everybody's kind of getting undressed. And I think that veteran leadership, whether it's Gauze, Bass, George, Vladdy, Max, that's why we built and why the team built this group the way they did. And kind of that pairing of youth with the leadership from the veterans has been special. And I know I'm excited to show up to the ballpark every day, and everybody gets there early so we can kind of spend some more time with each other.
And I see the card games happening after both wins and losses. It seems like David Schneider's a big part of that.
He's a big card player. Miles Straw is a big card player. Ernie, I would say Miles and Ernie are the Sharks. But no, they're all good at them. I'm not that good. I don't really partake quite as much as everybody else, but I'll play here and now and then for fun. But yeah, I mean, when you have Sunday games and guys are getting to the clubhouse early to watch football and hang out with each other, I think it's a good sign of the team and the culture being in a good spot, which it is. So it's been fun.
That's awesome. I just got to know, what's the game? What are you guys playing? Poker?
No, we're playing 13, and so you get 13 cards, or if it's 3 people, I think it's 17 cards each, and you try and get rid of all your cards before everybody else, and you can play them in kind of like poker hands. You can play like pairs, you can play runs of 3, runs of 4, and the 2s mean the most. So if you have a 2, you have a good card, and you just kind of try and trump people's cards that they throw and work your way down so you have no cards left. So I didn't know it when I first got up here this year, and everybody was playing it and going crazy, so I had to kind of learn on my own. I got the app so I could kind of practice a little bit when I wasn't at the field, but now I got the hang of it just enough to play with the guys. So
there's an app for 13s.
Yeah, there's an app for it, unfortunately.
Everybody at home, check out the app for 13s. That's some inside stuff. Thank you so much, Joey. I appreciate it. Joey Loperfido, obviously here at Media Day, talking to us about playing cards in the locker room. And I've said that so many times. You see the guys after the games. Cards is such a big deal for this team. And maybe we should get down. We haven't talked to Miles Straw yet. We could see if we can get Miles Straw. Apparently he's one of the Sharks, according to Joey Loperfido. So we'll maybe get down and talk a little bit to Miles Straw. Here's the media just pouring into this place. But let's see if Miles is available down there. It looks like another CBC crew has cornered Miles Straw. It's Jamie Strachan from CBC The National with his mic in there. I'm going to see if I can just slide my mic in, if I can get in there. Oh, sure. It's like double teaming with the CBC News coverage, 2 CBC cameras. Let's let Jamie do his thing here, and we'll come back to Miles Straw. We got to talk about the card shark. There's David Schneider, though. We haven't talked to David Schneider. Maybe we should see if we can get in on that. Sorry. Do you want to? Okay. Are you guys waiting to jump in? I'm going to let some other members of the media jump in here.
They put me next to Vlad. They got distracted. Yeah. I just want to ask you quick. job that Schneider's done this year. You're a guy that's bounced in another.
We're going to just jump in on David Schneider here. I'll try and get a question in, but let's hear what he has to say here.
Relationship with him and that relationship, has that helped you, or what's your impression of how he's done this year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like managers get, whenever something bad happens on the field, it's all the manager's fault. Like, the players just, it's the players' fault just as much. But it's all in hindsight too. If like Schneider makes a good decision, no one talks about it. But if he makes a bad decision, then it's like all headlines. But he's a great manager. I feel like everyone loves him. The connection he has with his players is big, and he trusts every single guy up and down the lineup, pitching staff, bullpen. So when a manager loves his players and trusts you, then he puts everyone in a good spot to succeed, and I feel like that's what a good manager does. Yeah.
Davis, we were just talking to Joey Lapafito, and he was talking about the card games that happen. Doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss. Never let the highs get too high. Never let the lows get too low. Always see you in the middle of the card games. Said you guys are playing 13s. He said that the card sharks are probably Ernie and Miles.
Yeah.
Is that true? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I love playing cards. I just love being with the guys. Shane plays cards with us too, and I feel like we just love being around each other. And we see each other more than our families, so like we just love being around each other. Love what we do, but Miles and Ernie always are the guys taking not money, but just like making us lose in cards, and it's just a fun group of guys to be around all the time.
And Joey was saying that you guys will get together on Sunday afternoons, play cards, and watch football in the clubhouse.
Yeah, we get here whenever football starts at 1 o'clock. We're getting here at like 12:30, and for a 7:30 game, and we just love being here. I love being here, and I love the city, love the fans, and it's our job, but I love my job. So,
how does that translate to what we see on the field? I mean, this is a team that won 94 games this year, a team that won the American League East Division, a team that is now playing in the World Series. How much a part of that is the camaraderie in the locker room?
I think it's a lot. Like I said, we love being around each other. We want everyone to succeed on the field and off the field, and we all pull for each other, no matter who's up, no matter who's pitching, and that's what makes a good team, is pulling for each other, and no matter who's doing what, we want everyone to kind of do their job, and we just love each other, like I said before, and it's just a fun team to be around, and a fun team to kind of go on this journey with, and hopefully we can get 4 more wins and be one of the legendary teams of Toronto.
I love it. Already some legendary moments. So thanks for doing that, Davis. That's Davis Schneider. Losing his phone out of his back pocket. My cameraman Joe letting him know. We'll see if we can jump here in here. I see Maury from the Roz and Mocha show's got something going on there, so we're going to let him finish up. But we're going to jump in on Miles. Hey, Miles, I mean, we're hearing a lot about you. We're talking about you with some of the guys. Apparently, you're a bit of a card shark on 13th.
Talk of our show?
Well, actually, it was Joey and Davis who called you a card shark.
Yeah. I mean, that's good card player, I guess. We got a few of them. I think Bassett's the big card shark, but I like
You're passing it here now. You're saying it's not me. It's Chris.
It is me, but if you want to take it to another level, go to Bassett and ask him about how his year has gone with cards.
I mean, Joey was telling us about 13s. He's like, I had to figure this out by downloading an app. How did you get so good at 13?
I either started playing this in Houston or Cleveland. I want to say it was Houston, and then kind of went to Cleveland, played there for several years, and then now we're here playing. So kind of just passed the game around a little bit, and it's kind of our clubhouse game we play a lot.
I mean, we've talked to this with a few of the guys. I mean, you guys will get together, watch football, play cards, even hours before a game.
Oh yeah, it happens every day. I mean, it's happened, facing 2 elimination games. That's just chilling, playing some cards, just kind of keep your mind off things a little bit. I think it, in some aspects, I think it helps in that way. So I think it'll be a good way to kind of slow the things down and kind of keep the nerves off a little bit.
That's actually incredible you say that, because I've been in the locker room after some of those tough losses in these playoffs and after some of those wins. It doesn't matter. You're still breaking out the cards afterward.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw. And I like to think sometimes it could be a bad look, but I mean, that's who we are. We've gotten here doing that all year. We've had games where we get blown out like 10-0 and we hop in there and play some cards. I know sometimes it's not the best look to be kind of flat.
It's all about the even keel, never letting the highs get too high.
And I think that's why this team's done a really good job this year, that we are who we are. I mean, we're not going to switch up because of one thing went bad or well. So, our team is our team. I love these guys, and after game 1, I'm sure we'll be playing before and after the game, so we're looking forward to it.
That's Miles Straw, who's been another one of the guys that's been a big factor in these playoffs. Thank you, Miles, for that, for the Blue Jays. Just it's incredible to hear those stories in the locker room about the camaraderie, about how this team has come together. Chemistry is always such a huge part of any sports team, and you can just hear it talking to any of these players. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. said it after that Game 7 win when somebody asked him about his teammates. He said, "They're not my teammates, they're my family." And you really kind of get that impression when you walk around and talk to these guys. Are you heading out, Shane? Are you done?
Out.
Shane Bieber, tell our audience.
They let me off the hook.
He's off the hook. He's done. Shane Bieber's out of here.
What's up?
You want? Well, we're live right now on all our social media. I mean, how jacked are you right now going into Game 1 tomorrow?
I can't wait. Excited to watch Trey get the ball out there tomorrow. This is going to be a hard-fought series, that's for sure. We're excited for the opportunity. I can't wait to see what these guys are able to bring tomorrow.
That's incredible. A 22-year-old starting Game 1 of the World Series. He just, I hadn't even heard that. I guess John Schneider must have just made that announcement in his presser.
I haven't heard it either, but everyone kept telling me that. So hey, I didn't
breaking the news right now.
Break the news. No, everybody was telling me that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Right, well, that's incredible. 22 years old, a month in the big leagues, starting Game 1 of the World Series. I hope you're right because the story writes itself.
I don't know if. You're making me nervous now. I'm going to get in trouble.
This is live all over. It's on the internet now. Thanks, Shane. Good luck. I appreciate it. That's Shane Bieber. I thought I don't know if that was breaking news or not, but that was fun. It looks like Trey Savage is going to get the start for the Blue Jays in Game 1. 22 years old, 1 month in the big leagues. That is huge. But there's Kevin Gausman, who obviously is the normal #1 starter for the Blue Jays, and did pitch an inning in Game 7, which would be a legitimate reason for the Blue Jays to say, hey, he pitched on a few days rest to come in and give us that inning in Game 7, because remember, he also pitched in Game 5. But it looks like they'll hold him off until Saturday to play in Game 2, or maybe potentially Game 3, and Shane will start on Saturday. But again, I haven't had an opportunity. The roster may already be out there, but we've been here in this media frenzy here. Andreas Jimenez walking by here, the Jays shortstop. Looks like this is starting to wrap up. We'll see if there's any other players that we can grab, but that was fun getting Shane Bieber, feeling like he might be getting in trouble by breaking some news live on CBC. I'm not sure if I still have Julia in my ear right now. You do, Julia. Any questions that anybody wants to ask online? Julia, can you see if they've released the starting rosters, the starting pitchers? It looks like Trey Savage isn't in here, so obviously he's the guy that's going to be the starting pitcher. Here's Jeff Hoffman still talking. Maybe we can jump in with Jeff Hoffman. Oh, Jeff Hoffman's getting pulled away. See you later, Jeff. That's Jeff Hoffman, who's the Jays closer. Big save in Game 7 of this series. A couple big innings in Game 6 as well to get the Blue Jays through the finish line. So looks like everybody's being called away. Tyler Heineman's getting ready to go. The clubhouse magician, Tyler Heineman. Did you bring any cards with you, Tyler?
Not out here.
You can't do any magic tricks?
No, we can't have any sponsorships or anything out.
Can you make that disappear or something?
Yeah, I can try. Right here, ready? I can drink it or put it in here.
All right. There you go. Another trick by Tyler Heineman. The guy's got incredible tricks. How you doing? Blue Jays pitching coach Pete Walker right there. Joel Gallant from Rogers Sportsnet. We are live right now. I mean, it looks like we're just wrapping up here. Everybody is making their way out, but that was fun. We got to talk to so many of the Blue Jays players here on this live. We got to hear about the antics in the clubhouse, the card playing, the card sharks, Miles Straw, and now I'm trying to remember who the other card shark is. He says it's Chris Bassett, but Miles Straw and Ernie Clement are the two card sharks that I heard about. Potentially Chris Bassett as well. That's Miles Straw kind of passing the buck a little bit, but the Jays players have left the room, and most of them anyways. We got one or two still kicking around. You got David Popkins, the Blue Jays hitting coach, is still sticking around, but a lot of the media is now streaming out of this room, and I think maybe we might end this live pretty soon, Julia. But any questions from our TikTok audience, anything?
I had
So people, we had to address the underdog issue so many times with so many of these players, but they say it's a lot of it has to do with the camaraderie of the team, the way that this team is just so tightly knit, like a family, and they don't mind being the underdogs. It's clear. They've been in the underdogs all season. And this is a team that won 74 games last year, bounced back this year when nobody thought they were even a playoff team, and won 94 games, won the American League East Division, and they continue to be the underdogs even when you move into the division series against the Yankees. They were the underdogs against the Mariners. They never seem to have a problem with that, being in that role, and that might have a lot to do with that camaraderie in the locker room. But I think we're gonna end this live here, Julia. Does that work for you? Okay, we're gonna end this live for YouTube, for TikTok, on CBC News and CBC Toronto. Thanks everybody for joining us. This has been a lot of fun, and we'll be back for many, many more, I'm sure.